adjusted to working from home. They may have had to rearrange their living spaces for an environment that works for them. And the same applies to students and the new school year. As we do another round of distance learning, it is important to create a productive learning space at home for your child to study, do homework, and maybe attend class online. Here with more insight is parenting and education expert Dr. Karen Aronian. Karen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Aubrey. Good to be with you.
Tell us why it's important to create a proper working space for children.
Definitely. You want to set up what they have going in the home to model what they'll see at school. And at the same point, you want to give them options because children, they know how they learn and work best. So let it be child-led. List 3 different options for them. So possibly there's a bedroom, but that bedroom should be having a privacy curtain so you don't see the bed per se. And then think about headquarters. Do they like to be in the kitchen? And use this time to be outdoors and get that silver lining of great weather. And then also within those spaces, think how they like their body to be. At a desk is good practice, but also, the floor is an option. You can use a sort of tray desk, and you can also clear off a shelf, like you mentioned, or their desk, and have a space where they can stand. So you're mobilizing them and giving them ways to reset.
Well, those are some great ideas. Let's talk a little bit more about that. How does the space really affect how they're going to learn?
Sure. We all perform better in places that we feel good in. So sort of setting up locations, even with a little bit of feng shui, no back to the door, get them by light. Natural light is best. So if you're near a window, that's beautiful. Or if you can open a door and also the window. So think too about the air. If the air isn't ideal, get in some sort of purifier. A plant works too. And maybe an atomizer or something in that space that has a good scent. And of course, light. You want to think about light, and you can always do something kind of fun and offbeat by changing out a light bulb, going to, say, a light pink light bulb or a light blue, inexpensive and fun.
Yeah, that sounds like some really great tips for creating the right environment. And you mentioned getting the kids involved. So it's okay to let the kids get involved. I know when we were doing my son's, he was like, no, I want this here. I'm going to put my markers here. And I was like, oh, they look better here. And he was like, that's not how I want it, Mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's child-led. You get child buy-in. And obviously for them to personalize that space with all the things they're into. So if they like superheroes or they like Barbie or they love rainbows or whatever it is, let that come into the space so they really are captivated and that space becomes irresistible.
Yeah, and what I'm hearing you say is it's important to be flexible. I guess we can't say you have to stay here and learn because at school I know they do have different seating options and desk options these days. Even the outdoor space, like you mentioned, that's going to really promote a better learning environment overall.
So true. And we've been evolving to recognize that being rigid and being in one space or one location truly isn't ideal. We actually get oxygen to the brain when we're up and moving, and then our children recognize their bodies need that reset. It's been evidence-based research which has proven that we imprint new information better when we change our location.
And like you said, get a curtain, block out some of those distractions, because how do we get rid of the distractions?
Sure, great to mention, thank you. Take a push pins and use an old sheet or an old piece of fabric to make a partition in a room or to create a privacy curtain, or even old cardboard like from a wardrobe moving box, cut it up, paint it, decorate it. That's what you do with the sheets too. And that will create a nice little cubicle like we would go into in a work environment or even at school. Making a space within a space for shared spaces and for bedrooms is ideal.
Okay.
Oh, noise canceling headphones.
Oh yeah, those are very good too. You have some great tips and we really appreciate you sharing them on the show this morning. For more on how to elevate your child's learning environment, you can check her website, KarenAronian.com.